If you have never heard of Notion before, or maybe you've heard of it and really don't know what it is all about, then you are in the right place. In this brief tutorial, I'm going to explain a little bit about what Notion is, how it works, and in this brief tutorial, I'm going to explain a little bit about what Notion is, how it works, and how it can help simplify your life. Hi, I'm Allison, and I love planning, routines, and systems, particularly ones that make things simple. If that sounds like you, make sure you hit subscribe. When I first heard of Notion, I really didn't get it. One thing said it was a task manager. Another said it was a project manager system that could replace Trello or Asana. Something else called it a second brain, whatever that is. And I had no idea what they were talking about. So I went down the rabbit hole. And what I learned was that Notion is all of these things and none of those things at the same time. Super clear, right? Basically, Notion is a big table with a never-ending tub of blocks. One person might use those blocks to build a project management system for a large company. Another person might use their blocks to build a home management hub that keeps track of things like their shopping list, to-dos, and their recipes. So really, it is up to the individual user to decide what they want Notion to be for them. But all of it will actually start to make a little bit more sense when you see Notion in action and figure out how it works and how you might want to build your blocks. But let's get down to some Notion terminology. A workspace is like your large table where everything is built. For people who are using Notion as an individual, this is your private workspace and everything will be built inside. There are two main foundation types in Notion. The first is a page. A page is a totally blank slate for you to start building on. Unlike a Word document that is mostly for text, a page can be for text, but it can also be for many other things called blocks. As you can see, there are many types. A page can be used for text, but it also can be used for many other things called blocks. A block is a building piece of your page. Blocks can be text, headers, toggle lists. As you can see, there are many different types of blocks that you can use. Let's look at a sample page that is using many different types of blocks. Here we see that there are many types of blocks being used on this page. Blocks can easily be moved and rearranged. You can turn them into columns or turn them back again. You can even make a block of another page and have that page nested inside this one. The other main foundation of Notion is databases. These are like spreadsheets on steroids. The columns are called properties. There are many different types of properties like text, numbers, selection, statuses, files, or even formulas. Each row isn't just a simple row of information. It's also its own page that can hold anything that a regular page can. Databases can be sorted and filtered by the various properties, which help to make it easy to find anything that you are looking for. Use this button to sort by any of the properties. Use this button to filter by any of the properties. You can also see the information in different ways, not just as a table. These are called views. Some common views include a board or a gallery. As you are starting to see, Notion is endlessly customizable. So let's talk about a couple of customizations that a beginner can make. On the pages, try moving blocks around or creating columns. Right-click on it, turn it into, and you can change it into columns. Click on this little grab bar here to move a block anywhere on the page. Databases are also simple to customize. You can move around the properties or hide ones that you don't want to see. In select or multi-select properties, you can change the options by typing a new one or editing them and changing the colors. Those are just a few of the things you can do. Here are some of my top beginner-safe customizations. Rename views to match how your brain works. Click on the view right-click it, and click Rename. Try on the selection properties, renaming them or recoloring them. You can also change the order in which they appear on the list. If you click on a property and it says that the type is a formula, leave that property alone unless you know for sure what you are doing. If you accidentally mess something up, Control Z works, and you can also restore by clicking these three buttons in the top and scrolling down to version history to restore an earlier version of the page. Now that you know a little bit about Notion and how it works, you may be feeling overwhelmed. If you're thinking, okay, this feels like a lot, I want you to know you only need the basics to start. And don't worry, you don't have to start from scratch. There are thousands of Notion templates available. They range from basic free ones to paid templates with all the features. You can find them through creator sites and channels like me, the Notion Template Marketplace, or other sites. Just search what you're looking for and you are bound to find something. Once you have found a template that you want to use, you will be sent a link to that template. Click in the link to the template, and up here in the right-hand corner, you will see a button that says Duplicate. Choose the workspace you want to install it in. You probably only have one. Click Add to the workspace, and then Notion will notify you when the template has been added. Once it is done installing, you will find your new template here with your pages on the left. Open it, and it's ready to go. Just start customizing and using it to your heart's content. So that was a super quick overview and just a teeny portion of what Notion can do. I hope that you found that helpful and it inspires you to at least give Notion a try. For Notion templates that I've created, make sure to check the video description and let me know in the comments what you think your favorite way of using Notion will be.